Miller
Believe it, I'm
TV.
becoming this is Motivational Miller TV. And who am I here with today?
You are with G. Douglas Fans 3 on TikTok. Yes, a big supporter of Mr. Mark Golden. Our next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Our next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Yes, we are so happy about the change because time come, Miller.
So, Mr. Mark Golden coming here at the JCA today to have a tournament. What do you expect from Mark Golden and what do you want him to do if he should be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica?
Oh, I don't like that word if, but we will follow that by saying, I hope he gives the people them the roads, the lights, the water, and what Mr. Andrew Holiness promised, our current Prime Minister of Jamaica, to be able to sleep with your windows and doors wide open. That means Mr. Golden has to give us a crime plan, an effective crime plan. Do you think he could do it?
Well, it's up to his government and the support. Do you have any concern that things are taking place in Jamaica right now?
Well, right now, my biggest concern are the missing people. I do tend to go into the Jamaica Constabulary Force website. They do have a missing persons page dedicated to all the missing people, but I don't feel like they're doing enough because not enough traffic is getting there. So I don't know how they would be able to find all these missing people. And we want our people home. We want our people home. I don't know how he's going to be able to do this with his team, but his team is great. They seem like so motivated. You know, all of them seem like they're ready because we're ready, right? So I'm hoping that he'll be able to do something with the missing people. Help us find them.
And you have so many faith in Mark Golden that he can make a difference in Jamaica.
Yes, I do have so much faith, and that's why I have taken the time to come down here. And the next step I would like to take is to come out and vote. Yes, Jamaica, I want to fly in and vote, but you got to get it right out there, people, because it's going to take all of us to really win this election. It's going to take all of us going out to vote to really win this election for Mr. Mark Golden, right? Because time comes.
All right, people, there you have it. A well-energized supporter of Mark Golden and the PMP. So, people, we are here today at the JCA. Come out early to hear what the opposition leader has to say. This is Miller TV. We are out.
Awesome. Thank you. No problem. All right, come on. Right over.
So, a Labour right blogger turned up over there at Mark Golden 2-day event. Mark Golden 2-day tour. Our next Prime Minister, Mark Jefferson Golden 2-day event. And he were asking one of the supporters over there in the diaspora about Mark Golden plans and all. And she put him to shame. She literally put him to shame. And you can see that these supporters, which she goes by the name of G. Douglas on TikTok. So you can go look her up. She goes by the name of G. Douglas on TikTok. She put Miller to shame, people. Because what Miller did not expect, she said, she not said that. She was so excited for Mark Golden. She's so excited for Mark Golden to become our next Prime Minister. And that alone put Miller to shame. Now, people, I want to say something to you. If you all are happy that Mark Golden will become our next Prime Minister, then leave a like on this video and type in the comment section, Mark Golden for Prime Minister. If you all are happy and appreciate Mark Golden to become our next Prime Minister, then leave a like on this video. Type Mark Golden for Prime Minister in the comment section and share this video. Alright? And remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. Mark Golden for Prime Minister. Whether them like it or not. We have a lot coming up inside of this update. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful morning. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Make a run in and come back. So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers, first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell, so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the right time for you to do so. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. All right? So people, we are going to start off the report with this. Flavor Williams now become the finance minister, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about Flavor Williams becoming the finance minister. Reason being is that she have failed our children. She have failed the education sector. And the other day, when Nigel Clark messed up the budget, and she were there in Parliament to cover for Nigel Clark, right? She was so nervous. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she were doing at that moment. So people are saying, then if she couldn't manage at that time, how she going to manage now? If she couldn't manage the simple little picnic them, how she going to manage financing? That is what everybody is asking at this moment. To me, people, I feel like Holiness know exactly what he is doing. This man is a trickster. And when you see him install Flavor Williams as the finance minister, him know exactly what I'm do, because he will be in control. He will be in control, because if you realize, him try to put some soft people this up, so him can manage all of the money. But people, listen to what Flavor Williams had to say after appointment.
I'm deeply honored and profoundly humbled to be given this opportunity to be Jamaica's Minister of Finance. The role is one of great responsibility, and it comes at a pivotal moment in our country's journey. We're in a time that continues to demand vision, resilience, and a steadfast commitment to building a future that offers both stability and opportunity for all citizens. I assure you, I am ready to work tirelessly to continue to make this vision a reality. But let me say as well, finance is more than balancing the books. It is about ensuring that every resource we allocate, every policy we enact, and every initiative we launch is a step towards a more prosperous and a more inclusive economy. And in this role, I pledge to prioritize accountability and innovation, and to listen closely to the needs and aspirations of those we serve. Our economy, like those across the globe, continues to face challenges, but I see in these challenges incredible opportunities to continue to build on the foundation that has been created to create an even more resilient country. We will continue to invest in infrastructure needed for sustainable growth, and you heard the Prime Minister when he talked about the pivotal moment where we are to pivot towards accelerated growth. he mentioned that education, the ministry from which I am leaving, and congratulations, Minister. I will download to you everything I know.
To me, my viewers and subscribers, I feel like I said the Jamaican Labour Party is nothing but a party shop. Nothing but a playground. They are not serious about nothing at all. And that is why you see Jamaica now go forward with these people in power. Jamaica are not going forward with these people in power. Because clearly, Andrew Wallace no know nothing what him do. Clearly, you can see that this man is like him last to what him do. Every single minute, Andrew Wallace have to do reshuffling. Now, just the other day, Miss Williams become the information minister, and now she become the education minister. Matthew Samuda also reinstalled as the water minister same way. So Andrew Wallace just don't know what him a do. Him don't know exactly what him a do. And that is why people who don't need to vote out this criminal out of power. Vote out him and him criminal organization. And if you don't agree with me, so we need to vote out the Jamaican Labour Party out of power. Then like up the video and share up the video. Like the video and share the video as well. Now, let us listen to what Dana had to say, people.
A bit surprised, but of course when you come into this world, you serve based on where the Prime Minister wants you to be. And I came in and I decided to leave my normal life and come into this world because I truly believed in the vision of our Prime Minister. And I am willing to do whatever is necessary to assist him in reaching the goals that I know all Jamaicans want us to achieve. Right. And so this is a new one. It's a surprising one, but it is one that I know is very important, and it's one that is actually very dear to my heart because I know the power of education. And for everybody who has done well in Jamaica, education has played a very important part in that. And so the goal really is to move that forward. And I was on the Education Commission that did the Patterson report. I chaired 2 of the committees, so I know it deeply and I know the issues. And I do know that we have some of the best teachers in the entire world. I know we have professionals at the Ministry of Education that are working to make things happen, but there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of issues there, and so it's not going to be an easy portfolio, but it is an important one, and I will do as best as I can with God's help in contributing to its development.
Now, the question where everybody asks at this moment is why him step past Rhoda Crawford, his second wife, step past Juliet, his first wife, and give education minister to this woman. That is a question that everyone is asking at this moment. Why Miss Dixon become the education minister instead of Rhoda Crawford or Juliet Holiness? Now, maybe them not have the education. Maybe, Me don't know. Me don't know what to say, people. But you can say to that down below in the comment section. Let us listen to one more interview from her.
Anita has asked that you too, as the incoming Minister of Information, respond to the question, your priority on day one, this being day one, now that you are elevated to education along with your other responsibilities as well.
All right, thank you for that question. And I didn't have a prepared speech to make this morning, but as the Prime Minister said, education is critical. Education is critical for all of the goals that we desire for our people. And I know that as I have gone around Jamaica, I see these young, brilliant, bright minds around our country, and all they need are opportunities. And the Ministry of Education is so important in delivering the kind of workforce that believes in building Jamaica, that believes in the values that we hold dear. And I tell you, just based on my discussions with the Prime Minister, It is important that we leave no child behind. It is important that no child leaves school unable to read. It is important that every child is numerate. And for a long time, we've not really been able to achieve that. But the Jamaica of the future that we need demands that we put the resources into our beautiful children, because the future of Jamaica rests in their hands. And the work that we will do is going to be central to getting that workforce that can take us forward. And it's important that we give them that equal opportunity. I know in my own life, education has been the reason that I'm standing here, because I got the best education that Jamaica has to offer. My goal is that ultimately every child will be able to get the kind of education that I was able to get, and that it will not just be for the purview of a few.
Now, let's go over to our future Prime Minister, Mr. Mark Golin over there in Canada, people. Mark Golin gave an excellent speech and answer to some excellent question. He gave some excellent answers to some question over there in Canada. Something that Andrew Wallace could not do. Andrew Wallace can't answer questions so straight, you know. He have to go round corner and go back round corner when him done and still not answer the question. Tricksters, style man. I saw him deal with it. But Mark Golin answer to the people them question fairly, straightforward, as a prime minister, as a leader, not as a politician. If you notice, people, Mark Golin is not a politician. Mark Golin is a leader. We all knew who a politician are. A politician are someone like Andrew Wallace. They go around, they talk things that they don't mean. Them trick people. Mark Golin is not a politician. Mark Golin is a leader, a family man, a businessman, and a man of God. So tell Andrew Wallace say, him need to take a page out of Mark Golin book. And if you don't agree with me, people, like up the video, share up the video, and subscribe to the channel right now.
Jamaica, let's welcome our future Prime Minister, one Mark Golding.
It's an offense under Jamaican law. It's a corruption offense. Yes. It is in section, I think it's 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act. And essentially what it means is you have assets and wealth that your income that you have declared, your lawful income, could never support that. Yes. So and then you have an obligation when asked by the Integrity Commission to explain how you acquired those assets. Yes. You have to satisfy them that you did so lawfully. And if you can't satisfy them that you did so lawfully, that's an offense. And it's a serious offense. Yes. Now, unfortunately, the Prime Minister was under investigation for arising from his annual filings, because all parliamentarians in Jamaica and public servants earning above a certain threshold have to file a declaration each year with the Integrity Commission declaring all their assets, all their debts, and their income. And they look through it and they investigate it. Yes. And look into it. And when they looked into his, they were not satisfied. And they decided to investigate him for illicit enrichment. The problem is that this became known, not that he was under investigation, but that there were 6 members of parliament who were under investigation for illicit enrichment. And this was known because in the annual report of the Integrity Commission, which is sent to Parliament, they said there are 6 members of Parliament who are under investigation for illicit enrichment. Everybody said, who are these people? Who are these people? They will not disclose that until their report goes to Parliament on each of those cases. The law doesn't allow them to say anything about it until they report to Parliament. So it was a big thing. Now the Prime Minister knew from August 2023, and even before actually, based on the report that has come out now, that he was under investigation. He did not disclose it, even though it was a huge issue in the country. And even when asked subsequently, he fudged the answer and did not disclose that he was under. Now, then, in September, I think it was this year, the report came to Parliament for him. And it said, yes, he's under investigation. Furthermore, the Integrity Commission could not conclude their investigation because some information that they asked him to provide, he refused to provide. And so they said that they recommended referring the matter to the Financial Investigations Division of the country, which is a financial crimes investigator, and to Tax Administration Jamaica, because the returns that he filed for certain of his personal companies, which showed nil income over the period, were inconsistent with the transactions that the Integrity Commission saw passing through their bank accounts, which were substantial. So we have a Prime Minister who, A, did not come forward to the country and say that he was under investigation and knew for at least a year at a time when it was a big issue. And I think, to my mind, that alone really disqualifies him from being Prime Minister. Secondly, his matter has been referred to 2 other agencies and is unresolved, which puts him under a cloud, puts Jamaica under a cloud, and it's a very serious issue for the country. Now, Jamaica being what it is, some of the normal players and actors in the society who speak out on issues have got very silent. Yeah. But it's not something we can ignore. And I have an obligation, I have a duty as a leader of the opposition to speak about these things. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? Yes. Yeah. And I think it's very important that people be held accountable and that, nobody's perfect and nobody's indispensable. If you have a problem you can't resolve it as a leader, you have to step back.
Yes.
Somebody else has to take over.
Yes.
So that is where we're at. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Tony Brown.
Before we go any further inside of this video, I want to say, Mark Jefferson Golin, the people of Jamaica appreciate you. The people of Jamaica glad that God sent you to save this country from the demonic Prime Minister, from the criminal Prime Minister, from the dictator Prime Minister and his criminal organization. Mark Golin, we do appreciate you, Mark Golin. And at this moment, we want to say thank you for taking up the role of the leader of the opposition, soon to become the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You come to save this country. You come to save the people. God sent you on a mission to save this country. And that is why they're trying so hard to tear you down. That is why they're trying so hard to tear you down, Mark Golin. The Jamaican Labour Party are so filled with corruption, and you are exposing them. You are exposing the corruption without fear. Everybody else fear that man, but you don't fear him. Everybody else fear that man, but you don't fear him. You stand up for Jamaica. You protect the people of Jamaica from this corrupted government. But people could go further inside of the video.
The National Party is committed to a process of constitutional reform. We feel that as a nation, Jamaica needs to be fully sovereign. We feel that as a proud nation, a majority of our people are of African descent. We can't have a situation where a head of state is a king or a queen, a monarch across the Atlantic that has very little to do with us. We also feel that our final court should not be the King's Court, but should be a court that was of our own making. And the Caribbean Court of Justice has been established by ourselves and our regional partners to do that. And it's serving Guyana, it's serving Barbados, it's serving Dominica, it's serving Belize, it will soon be serving St. Lucia, and Jamaica needs it as well. Because right now, if you're a Jamaican and you have a case, and you lose it at the Court of Appeal, but you don't feel you've got justice, you can't afford to take that case to London because it's going to cost you millions of dollars to get there, and that is not right. And the CCJ was established to make the procedures much more user-friendly. They use audio-visual a lot, so you don't have to travel, and the court can come to Jamaica to hear cases, and it has done in the past. So that's something we are committed to. Unfortunately, the GLP and ourselves are not seeing eye to eye yet on that latter piece. And I know it's a long history. It's kind of ironic because the idea of a federal court of appeal or a court of appeal to serve the CARICOM, what came from Hugh Shearer, when he was back in Prime Minister way back in the late 60s. And Mr. Siaga was in favor of it as well for a while. And then for some reason switched and he said, well, you know, we want to make sure that this court is beyond political interference and so on. And in a way, it was a good thing because of his concerns, extra care was taken in the design of the court. It has its own trust fund. It's the only court that I know of in the world that has its own funding from the start, so it doesn't have to rely on any budget of any country to fund its operations. And it also has there's a Regional Judicial Services Commission, which the bar associations of the country and other stakeholders have a say to choose the judges so that they're independent of politics. It's an excellently designed court and it's doing excellent judicial work. And we need to embrace it and move to it to give our people access to justice at the highest level. And that's the problem we have because we don't yet get JLP back on board with that. I'm hoping they will see the light.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Golden. Your name, miss, and your question.
My name is Grace Brown. Good evening, Mr. Golden. Thank you for coming to take our questions. My question is, what will you do that is different for the people of the diaspora who has traveled and have been here, for myself, I've been here 49 years, and would love to come back home and buy a piece of land or acquire a home that is not going to be in the swampland. All of the land is now being segmented or sold to the highest bidders, which are outsiders, which does not belong to Jamaica. We don't have to name the people. Everybody in the room knows the elephant in the room. And so, with that being said, at my age, when I tried to acquire a home at least 5 years ago, I was told I was too old. Based on the banking system, the years of tenure does not allow me to purchase a home based on my age. And that's one of the issues. Will you be looking or revisiting this kind of situation?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you were unable to access financing in Jamaica to buy a home because of your age. I don't know what the banking system in Canada is like around persons of your stage in life getting loans to acquire property, and it's a credit decision really. And it's going to be difficult, I think, for the government to mandate that banks must lend to people regardless of their age, because if the person is unable to pay or whatever, it does, you know, is the state going to honor the obligation? So it's a tricky one. The age thing is a tricky one. But what I would say is that there's a broader issue, which is that many people in the diaspora who want to buy property in Jamaica fall prey to unscrupulous behavior. You know, sometimes they approach it a bit naively and are conned by persons, developers who take their money and they end up with a home in a scheme which is not completed or has not been built properly and that kind of thing. And I do believe we need to have some institutional arrangement in Jamaica that looks out for diaspora people, some of whom are older people, older folks and so on, to protect them from being ripped off, whether by lawyers or developers or whoever it is in the system who are not behaving with due probity. And it's something which we have to design, and we'd love to have the input of the diaspora on the design of this. The kind of ombudsman kind of person that when you're making an investment, you can check with them, and they can help you with that to you know, whether those people have a good reputation, they've done prior developments which have gone well, put you in touch with purchasers who bought with them from the past to see if there was, you know, they had a good experience and so on, so you can go in with a bit more confidence that you're not going to be taken advantage of. So I think that's something that we need to pursue further.
Thank you. So unfortunately, we will have one last question and answer, and then we'll wrap up.
My question to you, sir, is I have noticed that within northeastern St. Lucia in Jamaica, I have served about 4 consecutive years as a center supervisor in high schools by upholding the integrity of the CXC examination. I've noticed that quite a lot of grade 11 students are really not up to par when it comes on to understanding and really writing their examination. Some facts are that some of these students suffers mental challenges, like autism and stuff. So I would like to know, what are your plans alongside Comrade Damon Crawford to formulate or to even segregate and actually detecting these issues with these students before reaching up to that standard? Because when that happens, the students fail, the school fails, and also the ministry itself fails.
Yes, that's a really important question. And the truth is that children with special needs in Jamaica face a difficult time. You know, there are not sufficient resources allocated to that. So the MICO does a testing thing, but I'm told, I've met with practitioners in this area, I'm told that, first of all, they don't test for the full range of issues. There's some things that they test for, but there are others that they don't. And there's such demand for the service that there are long waiting times before you can get your child tested. So this is something which, you know, as the economy improves, these are the types of things we need to invest in, where we help to support parents and children who have these challenges by putting in more resources so that the children are tested mandatorily. Every child is put through a test early to try and identify if there are any issues, and a proper plan of treatment can be designed for them so that this isn't something that manifests when they're doing CSEC at grade 11, but is addressed early. And I know that there are practitioners in Canada who are very skilled in this area and very dedicated, because I've spoken, I had Zoom calls with two of them separately, who do provide this kind of service here in Canada. And so this is an...
Now, we're going over 30 minutes inside of this video. I am going to save some of this for our next upload, which will be later on today. We are going to upload around 4 videos today. Alright? We are giving about 4 content today. So stay tuned for this content. And big up to all of the people over there in the diaspora. Big up to everyone over there in the diaspora. Enough love, enough respect. Heart of love. Heart of love. We all love you over there in the diaspora. And big up to everyone here in Jamaica. Big up to each and everyone that support the Dancehall Royalty Review TV. Big up to each and everyone that believe that corruption have no place in our country, and we need to fight against corruption. We need to fight against corrupted government, corrupted politician, corrupted police. We need to get rid of corruption. That is how our country will strive. And I just want to say again, big up to the people over there in the diaspora. And big up to my Jamaican family them. Enough love, enough respect. Thanks for the support. Alright? But no say a heart of love. A heart of love. And remember, God is love. God is love. So big up on yourself. Enough love, enough respect. Catch you in the next update. Alright?